एक बार कंफर्म करें एवरीथिंग इज क्लियर, कहीं कोई इशू तो नहीं है? प्लीज कंफर्म एवरीवन। अब आ रही है वॉइस? चलिए, बहुत बढ़िया। तो बच्चों हमारे बीच हैं AIR 40। इस बार एग्जाम्स में मई 2022 के एग्जामिनेशंस में AIR 40 स्कोर करने वाले सोहन, तो आज इनसे जानेंगे इनकी बारीकियां। ठीक है, चलिए, इनके प्रिपरेशन की कैसी तैयारी इनकी थी और किस तरीके से इन्होंने प्रिपरेशन की, ठीक है, इन सारी चीज़ों पर बात करेंगे। तो सबसे पहले सोहन, कॉन्ग्रेचुलेशंस टू यू। हाउ आर यू
Thanks
फीलिंग
a
नाउ?
lot, sir. So I'm feeling on the cloud nine right now.
That's great. So can you please tell us how the preparation was? Like how was the momentum? Actually, basically you create foundation. One thing I must told you बच्चा पार्टी कि सोहन ने अपने स्टेट बोर्ड्स के अंदर भी, मतलब आप कह सकते हैं आपके 12th में ही स्कोर्ड 600 आउट ऑफ 600, 600 में से 600 नंबर ही स्कोर्ड। तो आई थिंक ही नीड अ बिग लाइक अप्लॉज फॉर दैट। इसके बाद ही स्टार्टेड फॉर CA फाउंडेशन। तो थोड़ा स्टार्टिंग से जानेंगे कि आपने राइट अवे फ्रॉम द CA फाउंडेशन की आपकी कैसी प्रिपरेशन थी, कैसे आपने स्टार्ट किया। प्लीज टेल अस हाउ लाइक यू प्रिपेयर्ड फॉर CA इंटरमीडिएट राइट फ्रॉम द स्टार्टिंग फ्रॉम CA फाउंडेशन इटसेल्फ।
Yes, sir. So basically, my exams, 12th exams, after those got over, I started preparing for my CA foundation, and I cleared my CA foundation in July 2021. And just once I cleared, I didn't even wait for the result. I started with my inter because I was confident with my result. And around mid of August, I started with my classes of inter, and they went on until March, mid of March actually. I had taken all the subjects for both groups, and actually I had divided the classes on the every day. I had 4 classes each for each subject.
Okay.
And usually I used to sit around 12 to 13 hours every day for the classes itself, and yet I didn't have time for revision every day. But I did after every class I used to go through what I've done, and then I used to revise actually after every class.
Okay.
Especially when there were practical subjects like accounts, costing, I used to do homework as well at the same time after the class was done. And then coming to preparation style, actually, I didn't have much time left for preparation because my classes went on lengthy. I had to postpone a lot of my classes as well.
Okay.
And hence I was left with around 1.5 months for my preparations and revisions. And I went with most hard subjects for me, whichever I felt first for the revision, which was basically I felt hard with taxation, so I had to go with the tax first. And basically I went on with each subject revision, and then before I could know, the exams dates were out, and I had to fast forward on preparations as well.
Okay.
And basically I even went for MTPs and RTPs at last, and
Great.
even I did past year question papers.
That's great.
And then I wrote the exam.
So what you basically felt yesterday when you like have seen in the screen that you scored an AIR?
So my first reaction was I started jumping. I couldn't just control my emotions at that time. My friends were all around me and they were cheering, and that was like the best moment of my life.
That's great. That's great. So please tell us, like, for the practical subjects, how you prepared, like for the like study mat questions or the RTPs or the MTPs. What basically worked for the practical subjects first? I will be asking. Yeah.
So usually for the practical subjects, I went for the study mat questions first, and then the past year question paper questions as well. And then other questions I just referred them, not basically doing actually. I just used to study them. If I found it difficult, then I used to surely attempt them as well. But especially for accounting and advanced accounting, I went through all past year question papers very well as well.
Okay, great. And like you like have been for the test series also, like you prepared by the test series also, some sort of test series or something like that. No.
I had a chapter-wise test series with some lecturers, and I did take that, but I
Okay.
didn't go for any mock tests, sir.
Okay. Okay. So that is basically for the practical subjects. And how you prepared for tax? Basically, like students are more concerned with taxation part. So how you prepared for the tax? Like you focused more on the big chapters, or like this, you took the first chapter, like starting in the starting you took the small chapters. Like how you prepared tax for intermediate?
So my first DT actually I found it really difficult for me. So I had to go with a proper plan. My dad really helped it. My dad is actually a CA.
That's
He
good.
helped me in coping up with the DT parts as well. So I went first for the five heads, basically thoroughly, and the problems were really important. I practiced every single question from study mat first, and then I went for other questions. The most important part was people neglect chapters like TDS, TCS, and like the last few chapters. But I took them first so that finish with those chapters first and get a confidence that like some marks are confident right now, and then I went for the other chapters. And GST was quite interesting for me. I found it very like a very good subject. So I fell in love with GST, and
That's
the
great.
chapters were like something that I was reading a novel or something, and the fun helped me in GST as well.
Like one more thing I want to tell you, the students, like his father is also at CA, and like he will be practicing after becoming a CA. So he is focusing more on the mediocre form articleship. Like मेरी जब इससे कॉल में बात हुई तो मैंने इससे कहा कि अब क्या है, बिग फोर में जाना है, कहाँ जाना है, तो ही सेड मी कि नो सर, नो बिग फोर, आई एम लाइक गोइंग फॉर अ मीडियोकर फॉर्म, एंड मीडियोकर फॉर्म से आर्टिकलशिप करके मैंने वर्क बेसिकली फोकस करना है. तो ये एक एक्सेप्शन में देखता हूँ कभी कभी, और मैं हमेशा स्टूडेंट्स को इनकरेज करता हूँ फॉर द प्रैक्टिसिंग पार्ट कि यार रादर जो बच्चे जॉब के लिए जा रहे हैं, अच्छी बात है, जॉब करनी भी चाहिए, लेकिन हमारा जो मेन स्ट्रीम है प्रैक्टिस, उस पर थोड़ा फोकस करना चाहिए. तो मेरे को मतलब बहुत कम ऐसे बच्चे मिलते हैं जो मतलब लिटरली लाइक दे हैव डिसाइडेड कि नहीं, दे विल गो फॉर द मीडियोकर फर्म्स एंड दे विल स्टार्ट देयर आर्टिकल्स विद द मीडियोकर फर्म्स. बेसिकली इन द मीडियोकर फर्म यू गेट द एडवांटेज कि आप मतलब मल्टीपल काम सीख सकते हैं. यू गेट
Yes, sir.
वेराइटी ऑफ वर्क्स, वर्सेटाइल चीजें आपको मिलती हैं, एंड यू विल बी लाइक एक्सपर्ट इन दैट केस. सो यू आर
Yes,
वेरी
sir.
मच लाइक क्लियर कि हमें मतलब लाइक आपको करना क्या था आफ्टर इंटरमीडिएट, लाइक यू हैव टू गो विद द आर्टिकलशिप सर. So in that case, like you are preparing for the interviews, you are going for the interviews, or like you will be going for the interviews.
I haven't gone yet, sir. I'll be doing it now.
Okay, okay. So your
So I was
ITT
waiting
is
for the
going on,
result.
right?
Yes,
Yeah,
sir. After my ITT finishes, I'll go for the interviews.
that's great. That's great. So great, 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 great talking to you. One more thing I want to ask, like some tips, like two or three tips, which is very essential for a student to score an AIR. Like, see, every student should be having a mindset for getting an AIR, but some last time, like golden tips, you can say, some golden tips,
Yes, sir.
yeah, for getting an AIR.
So the first step is consistency. There's nothing that can beat consistency in CA. If you're a CA student, you have to be consistent with your work, and you just can't postpone stuff. You have to do it at the right time. Until and unless you do it, it's hard for you to cope up with the syllabus because it's too large and you can't cover it. And
So
the second step,
I'm like sorry to interrupt you. I will like summarize your golden points in just one word. Like you have summarized, the first golden tip is maintain the consistency right from the starting. Like बच्चों में
yes, sir.
हमेशा आपसे कहता हूँ कि अगर आपको AIR चाहिए तो ये नहीं कि हम मतलब आखिरी में जाके रात दिन मेहनत कर रहे हैं और बिल्कुल एफर्ट्स लास्ट टाइम में लगाते हैं. तो अगर आपको रैंक स्कोर करनी है तो आपको स्टार्टिंग से ही यू हैव टू बी वेरी कंसिस्टेंट फॉर योर प्रिपरेशंस. बहुत जबरदस्त कंसिस्टेंसी की जरूरत है, जो सोहन ने भी बोला है. कैरी ऑन सोहन.
So the second tip would be grab a good hold on your concepts. A lot of people go on in practical subjects, especially they just go on doing solving problems, but they don't know the proper concepts. So until and unless you have a proper grab on the concepts, you can't do the questions. So I think the second tip would be that.
Yeah, the second tip is Rather than focusing on the number of questions, focus more on the concepts. I used to say that regularly in the classes also. So even in the case of practical subject or theoretical subject, you have to focus more on the concepts. कि यार ऐसा नहीं कि आप क्वेश्चन पे क्वेश्चन लगा रहे हो, 50 क्वेश्चन कर रहे हो, 60 क्वेश्चन कर रहे हो, उसका कोई मतलब नहीं है. मुझसे भी आप पूछिए, मतलब आई डिडंट स्कोर एन एआई यार, बट आई कैन टेल यू कि आप अगर फोकस करें कंसेप्ट पे कि यार चलो 2 क्वेश्चन ही कर लिए, 4 क्वेश्चन, 6 क्वेश्चन ही कर लिया आपने, लेकिन कंसेप्ट अगर आपके मजबूत हैं, तो मैं कह रहा हूँ कोई नया क्वेश्चन भी अगर एग्जाम में बनता है इन केस, तो यू कैन सॉल्व दैट. लेकिन रादर देन आप क्वेश्चन करते रहोगे और अगर आपका कंसेप्ट वीक रह गया तो अल्टीमेटली वो कहीं ना कहीं इशू क्रिएट करेगा. एंड द थर्ड पॉइंट,
sir, I would like to say a lot of people, third tip would be not to take stress. The last 15 days for the exams, it's like hell for us. So there was a lot of ups and downs as well during that time. Every subject, before the exam starts, the day before, I used to open the books, see the syllabus, get stressed a lot because that much syllabus can't be covered in 1.5 day. It is like that. We can't change it. So you have to maintain your stress levels as well.
डेफिनेटली. सी एक्चुअली
Because
मतलब लिटरली इफ यू आस्क मी, राइट, तो मैं कभी कभी लाइक डिस्कस करता हूँ. मतलब आई वॉज लाइक टॉकिंग टू समवन, वन ऑफ माई फ्रेंड इज ऑल्सो अ सीए. तो मैं उससे कह रहा था, मैंने कहा यार लास्ट के हम 8 पेपर देते हैं, जब लाइक वी वर प्रिपेयरिंग फॉर 8 पेपर्स, फाइनल में 8 पेपर थे मेरे टाइम पे भी, तो वो 8 पेपर में बच्चा कितना एग्जॉस्ट होता है. आप उसकी ये सिचुएशन देखें, मतलब लिटरली 15-16 डेज आर लाइक वेरी टीडियस, वेरी टीडियस. मतलब उसमें आपको इतनी जबरदस्त प्रिपरेशन का लेवल रखना है और मतलब रात दिन आपको मेहनत करते रहनी. वो 15-16 डेज मतलब दे आर लाइक एनीथिंग. तो मतलब इंस्टीट्यूट ने इन बातों को समझा है और नए कोर्स के अंदर 6 सब्जेक्ट वो इंटरमीडिएट में भी लेकर आए हैं और 6 आपके फाइनल के अंदर भी, कि चलो अब 8 पेपर के कारण जो आपके ऊपर एक हैवी बर्डन आ रहा है, कम से कम वो 6 पेपर के कारण थोड़ा तो वो लोड शेड हो जाए आपके ऊपर से. तो वो कहीं ना कहीं एक एडवांटेज है एटलीस्ट इन सीए फाइनल्स फॉर यू. ठीक है, तो बहुत वेरी वेल. सो
true, sir, because a lot of us do actually go through that during the last 15 days. And if you don't keep the stress levels down, your exam goes bad and your result comes bad.
definitely, see, if you are in a like a stressful situation, you will perform bad. Whether you are a student, a player or anyone, if you are taking stress, so आपका concentration तो बढ़ गया ना. The concentration gets basically divided. So you have to be very cool-minded, very chilled out. For the students, I am telling you, like whose results were unfavorable yesterday. So do not lose the hope. Do not be very stressed. Cool-minded रहो, एक अच्छे अप्रोच के साथ काम करो. You will certainly succeed, I am telling you. तो rather than स्ट्रेस लें, हम एक अच्छा स्ट्रेटजी बना के, प्लान बना के गो फॉरवर्ड करें. You will certainly succeed. Very well. So one more thing, Suman, I want to ask. What was the daily schedule of you? See, students are like very concerned कि हम कब उठें, कब पढ़े, रात में पढ़े, दिन में पढ़े, सुबह पढ़े, कब पढ़े. तो लाइक दे आर वेरी कंसर्न कि हमें पढ़ना कब है. तो कैन यू टेल द डेली शेड्यूल, हाउ मेनी आवर्स यू स्टडी बेसिकली?
Yes, sir. So I was an early bird. I couldn't study at night because my concentration goes down as the day moves forward. So basically, I used to study around 12 hours a day, 10 to 12 hours basically, and the highest was 12 during the exams. And I used to take up for the classes time. I used to take up theory subjects in the beginning in the morning itself, like law and audit especially, and then I used to go with the practical subjects. That used to help me in like first concentrating on theory very well, and then practical anyways I could do it in the night as well, so that didn't make a problem for me. I used to have, for group 1 I used to have first law, then I used to do costing, then tax, and lastly I used to do accounts. But it's the same way for group 2 as well.
Okay. Like in the morning you used to prepare for the theoretical subjects. In aggregate you used to study around for 12 hours a day, right? So 12 hours.
10 to 12 hours.
Yeah, 10 to 12 hours are like maximum. Like you can exceed further 1 or 2 hours, but after 13 or 14 hours, a person gets badly exhausted. So that's great.
Yes,
That's
sir.
great. So it was nice talking to you, Sohan. We'll get back to you sometime again when you're scoring
Yes,
well in
sir.
your CA final exams. Good luck for
Sure,
your
sir.
future. Great luck.
Thank you, sir.
You will succeed for sure in the finals also. Bye
Thank you
bye.
so much, sir.
See you. Take care. Good luck.
Bye, sir.
Bye bye.